Okay, I have a few questions for you. Now that you're in ministry and now you're overseeing a ministry, let me ask you two questions. Two vital questions that allow you to know whether you're moving forward in leadership, whether you're allowing others to move forward with you. And these two questions must be asked, especially if you want to be successful, if you want your ministry to be successful. You want others to move forward with you. So the question is this, two of them. Number one, are you trying to replace yourself in ministry? That's a question we're going to answer today. And number two, do you multiply yourselves that others may grow and move forward with you? Hi, I'm David Nzunza, president of Built for Life Ministry and Leadership. And today, we're going to talk about something very vital to the church, very vital to you as a leader, and that is leadership in the church. I hope you enjoy this, but it's going to allow you to grow. It's going to challenge you to grow. Maybe I'm going to touch on a touchy subject, but I want you to be successful. I want God to use you. I want your church to be impacted mightily for the glory of God. And so these are the things that we have to ask ourselves. These are the questions that we got to be challenged with. So let's get started. Number one, who inspires you? That's always the greatest questions we have to ask ourselves. Who inspires you to do great ministry? You see, these are the people that you bring around you. Oh, not that you can teach, but you're going to gravitate to them. You're going to learn the things that they've learned. What books are they reading? How do they carry themselves? I have three men that greatly inspire me in ministry. Three men that greatly inspire me in my life. Men that carry themselves, that represent God. Men that move themselves rightly, that I want to be inspired by. And I'm 57 years old. And so I'm always looking to be inspired. So who do you have that inspires you? Try to spend time with these people. Ask them the questions. Have a notepad. Write things down. And yet, so you can continue to grow in ministry. Number two, you have to ask yourself this. What vision do you have for your ministry? You see, you're overseeing the ministry. Do you portray a vision? Do what you say, does it inspire vision to others? And yet the question is, do you give your leaders, purpose in ministry? Do you give them purpose of what they're doing and why they're doing it? How does it benefit to the glory of God? How does it benefit the church that you serve in? Number three, do your leaders see you someone they can trust? And that's really big. How do you portray yourself in leadership? That's always for all of us. As I see the men that inspire me, how they portray themselves, how they lead with vision and passion, with purpose. And so when I'm looking to lead people, do you inspire someone to be someone they can trust you? Do you lead with grace or with anger? You know, there's an old saying in leadership. When you discover how hard it is to change yourself, you'll start to discover how hard it is to change others. John Maxwell. And so those are the things. I want to be able to lead with grace. The other question you have to ask yourself, do your leaders see you as someone that does lead? How do you represent yourself in the ministry? And so when you look for leaders, they're also looking for someone to follow also. Someone that represents what they want to do in ministry because they also have a calling. And people want to follow leaders. And so you have to ask yourself this question is, do you spend time in discipleship with your leaders? How do you communicate with them? Email, text, phone calls? Do you spend time with them before the service or after the service to allow them to grow? You see? And that's a question for you. And then here's the question you have to ask yourself with this. Would you follow you in leadership? Would you serve you? That's what I want you to think about. So when people look at you, how you have to move forward, to allow them to move forward and be blessed. This really builds your ministry, builds you up. You see, as you're teaching, as you're being that person to establish those things, it really strengthens you as a leader. Number 4, so how do I make changes? That's always the question. Man, I've been struggling and I don't want to make changes now. I want you to make changes. I'm always want to grow. I never want to stop learning. I always love them. The men that inspire me, they never stop learning. There's always some new vision, new purpose. That's what makes them incredible men of God. That's what allows me to follow them. Man, I tell you one thing. I love these men. I would die for these men. These are my pastors. These are my friends. Men that inspire me, my brothers in the Lord. So what do you want to do? Let me give you some advice. Let me tell you how to make these changes. First of all, I want you to do this. Get involved in a ministry that you don't lead, that you just serve, and watch people serve. Serve with them. You're not telling anybody what to do now. You're just having that heart to serve. You're just wanting to give out. Man, and how blessed you'll be. Number 2 is that if someone part of your ministry, disciple them. Start reaching out to people. Start reaching out and communicating with them. Make it personal. Express yourself. How are you doing? Care for them. Third is that what? Read wonderful books on being a servant. Warren Wiersbe, Alan Redpath, D.L. Moody, man, Chuck Smith. Great books that move you forward in the wonderful direction to allow you to grow in leadership, as I've been sharing with you. Listen, and that's what I want you to do. As you're serving in ministry, I want you to start replacing yourself. Start to multiply yourself. Not that you have to walk away from the ministry, but you're going to replace yourself, because if you die, the ministry goes on. As you're teaching others what you do, it blesses them. It expands your ministry. It allows you to know it better. So what changes can you make? What changes can you allow yourself as a leader? Blessed are the flexible, Chuck Smith said. They'll never be broken. Man, I want you to grow. I want you to do great things for God, because God has a plan. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hit like, subscribe, tell your friends about it. Pray for Built for Life Ministry. Allow us to do a work. But I want you to continue to grow. I want you to continue to do a great work. And may the Lord continue to richly use you and bless you. God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. And we'll see you with our next video. God bless you now.